All right, hello everyone. We're back here in College Football 25. Take two, we're going to call this, because I already recorded this video before, and my software completely just bungled itself. So, a little frustrated, but we're going to have fun with this video nonetheless, because it's a big game. It's a humongous game here in our season, potentially the biggest game of our season. At least as far as conference implications are concerned. We're playing against San Diego State, the Aztecs, who have somehow managed to go 9-1 this year. I don't think that will ever happen for the Aztecs. It might have happened in like the 80s or the 70s, whenever their program started, but definitely not going to happen in 2024, I can tell you that. So, but they've managed to go 9-1, and they are posed, I guess, to be in line for, I guess, maybe the conference, playing for the conference, if you will. But the conference standings are pretty weird. We're going to look at them in the next video, but it's essentially Nevada, I think, is at the top, and they have like 3 losses. UNLV is second and like 4 losses, and then San Diego State's third, and we are fourth. But we're all 4-1 in conference, so that's why we're all sitting here kind of bunched up at the top. So this game could have pretty massive and major implications on the conference championship game, whoever manages to come out on top. So we're already making good progress with that by moving the ball down the field, and then we're going to torpedo any and all progress that we did just make by throwing terrible interceptions like that. So Spencer Petras absolutely dots one up to the defense, trying to fit that one between 2 defenders. It's never going to work. I'll try to stop doing that. No guarantee. Probably won't happen today, definitely. So San Diego State now moving the ball on offense. Marlon Dean overruns the play, and the running back is going to get the first down and a little bit more to extend the Aztecs' drive. So 3rd and 3 now late in this first quarter, and they're going to go with a handoff again, but we are all over that one, and we managed to stop him now. Niguez Jr., I think, making that tackle. So on 4th down, the Aztecs are going to bring out the kicking team, going to try and knock home a rather manageable field goal, and they do manage to make it. So 3-0 is going to be your score. We only managed to give up a field goal off of the field goal. Gave up the field goal off of the interception. Okay, just gotta, I need water. I need something. I need Adderall to focus on this something. Anyway, 2nd and 3 here, second short situation. Faison's got an absolute massive gaping hole on the left side that he's going to hit and get a first down and a little bit more here. So we are marching down the field yet again. Hopefully we don't turn the ball over this time. So on 2nd and 6, Petras drops way back. He's got a clean pocket and he finds Tia, a receiver whose name we haven't hardly called at all this year. I don't know where he's been hiding, but in those formations, he is certainly helping us out as we hit him again on the very next play, and he gets just inside the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 2, but the first quarter is going to come to a close here in Logan. San Diego State's field goal is going to be the deciding factor between the two of us, but it has been all Aggies in the first quarter. We just haven't really been able to do much with the football in that time here, but we're about to cap off a pretty nice drive if we can get into the end zone here. So on 3rd and 2, Petras rolling out, tries to flip this one to Brock Lane, who's wide open in front of him, about a foot in front of him, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. We're on the same page. I have no idea. So we're going to bring out Nimrod to finish off this drive here and at least give us 3 points, and he does just that as he nails that chip shot through. So 3-3 is your score here, but we have the ball again as San Diego State is struggling on offense. We're going to give it to Faison, who never struggles on offense because he always has plenty of room thanks to this offensive line. And Briggs Jr. also has a fair bit of room himself as he has one man to beat, shakes him out of his shoes, man. Someone check that dude's Achilles. Someone check him. And then someone check on Briggs Jr. because he got absolutely clobbered after juking that first defender. So 1st and goal, it's going to be for the Aggies. We're going to bring a man in motion. We're going to give that man the ball. It's Jack Hystera. It's a foot race to the pylon, and he wins that foot race and gets into the end zone to give us our first touchdown of the day, potentially looking to take a 10-3 lead over the Aztecs. We're going to have to be really sharp, man. We can't have too many massive mistakes made, even though we already have the interception. Just don't pay attention to that. So, under 2 minutes left to go. San Diego State still struggling to move the ball on offense. And we have another primed opportunity to get something going here as we find another receiver who we don't often hit, man. We're pulling all the stops out. And now on the next play, Spencer Petras drops way back and finds Tia again deep downfield, wide open in the blue. We read that defense like an absolute book and found the wide open man just breaking towards the end zone. And Petras drops just a little bit too far back. Stepped about 10 yards back into that pressure. There was a defensive end. It was just coming off the edge. You could see it as we step way back and just boom, off just gets hit, still delivers a pretty darn nice pass, man. I love the detail on that, man. In the older games, you either got hit and it was a squabbler, or you didn't get hit and it was a perfect spiral. You know what I mean? And now there's like a bunch of different possibilities depending on the amount of contact that you have, so I think that's really cool. But either way here, in the half comes to a close, and we have thrown 2 picks. I've edited out one of them, but you've seen the other one, so that is how our game has been going so far, but we still are on top here, taking a 14-point lead over the Aztecs, but that is not a sacred lead, and anything could change here in just a matter of moments. Just a beautiful pass to the end zone. Beautiful, beautiful pass. You gotta love it. I certainly do love it. But the offense has been rolling here, and in the Mountain West Conference, man, it's... I tried to explain it earlier, man. I don't know what the tie-breaking implications are, but it's a weird situation. I figured either one of us had beaten Nevada or UNLV. We've beaten UNLV, so we should at least be higher than them, but I don't think that's how they have it set up. I don't know what the rules are, but we're gonna do our best here and try and play for it as San Diego State continues to struggle on offense as they manage to nail one of our defenders perfectly in the numbers for their first turnover of the game. I believe it's their first, unless I edited out another fumble, perhaps. But Avante Dickerson cuts off the route beautifully. Just give me the ball. He was watching that one from a mile away, saw that one, and cut that one off. Very nicely played. So on second set, we're going to give it to Rasul Faison. Plenty of space on the left side of the field. Gets the first down. Again, we love attacking that left side. On 3rd and inches, we're going to give it to Faison again to just pick up the first down. Probably could have got more, but I just wanted the first down. I was focused on that, so trying to get some points here. But on 3rd and goal, San Diego State is poised to stop us here. I tried rolling out, but the pressure was in my face, so I tried to get rid of it to the back of the end zone to Colby Bowman, but could not connect here. Dangerous pass. So we're going to bring out Nimrod to nail home another field goal, and he does just that. Been very helpful to us so far in this game, so we're going to extend the lead down to 20-3. So the third quarter comes to a close, and things are looking pretty grim for San Diego State, but this is still a manageable game for them. They just need, a couple scores, and things are changing for them. So here's a look at the top 25 rankings. You can see your top 4 there, but with the playoff rule changes, there's still a lot of possibilities that could happen. The playoffs are still very much up for grabs, and this game is still very much up for grabs as the Aztecs make a nice completion to get inside the 5-yard line, but we are looking to stop them yet again. So on 3rd and goal now, quarterback drops back, clean pocket, unleashes one to the left side of the end zone. That receiver was in one-on-one coverage. For some reason, our defender wanted to play super weak on that. I don't know why he wasn't playing a little bit more aggressive here. I could have probably usered it, but believe me, if I usered it, I probably would have been back where the camera people were standing or in the stands. I cannot play DB. I absolutely cannot play DB, so it is fine with this outcome here. We are still in a pretty decent position against the Aztecs. 20-10 is your score. Just under 3 minutes left to go. And on 3rd and 3, we're dropping way, way back. And we somehow find Colby Bowman, and he manages to hang on to the football. So on 2nd and 14, the clock is running out. We're trying to move the football a little bit more here. Probably should be trying to run it out because that's what's been working all game. And we eat a huge sack by not doing that. But on 3rd and 22, we uncork this one to the corner. And Jack Hystera somehow toe drags along the sideline to keep this one in bounds, and that's going to be good for a first down, and that is a humongous nail in San Diego State's coffin. And if we can just get into the end zone here, we could maybe potentially completely put them away. On 3rd and 4, we managed to just barely get the first down, and if I'm San Diego State's coaching staff, I'd be really mad at one of those last 2 plays, man. We got to hit the booth on one of those, but they call a timeout to try and stop the time here, and Briggs Jr. getting dragged by about 6 or 7 Aztecs into the end zone, and somehow none of them can bring this little guy down. But he gets into the end zone, and it is going to be another Aggie touchdown, potentially the game sealer. I mean, we weren't at risk of losing by any means, but it's nice to get a nice little insurance score to really kind of put this one out of reach for the Aztecs. But look at this play, man. I mean, look at one of these defenders. Look at him. He's got his arms up. He's broken. I don't know what was happening. The ragdoll can still get kind of finicky. It's not Madden bad, but it still gets a little finicky. So on 4th and 20, San Diego State, out of desperation, just going to try and go for the home run ball. And there was 3 defenders in the vicinity, and Ike Larson's the one who comes down with it as it's another San Diego State turnover, and that one for sure will now end the game for the Aztecs as we're going to walk out of here with a 27-10 victory. And now we have completely shaken up the Mountain West picture by just continuing to roll our monumental season over the San Diego State Aztecs, who look to be about the class of the Mountain West. They somehow managed to get ranked this year. I have no idea how. We're definitely not going to get any looks ranking-wise after losing to Hawaii, and I honestly wouldn't blame anyone. But before that, I was starting to think, hey, maybe we could get to 25 or 24, but after losing to Hawaii, yeah, all that was completely out the door. Completely out the door, so that's going to change things moving forward, but we do manage to win against the Aztecs. It's such a massive game that we needed to win. For recruiting purposes, we needed to beat Hawaii. I'm still hung up on that. But for the sake of our season here, this is a massive win for sure. And San Diego State's offense completely non-existent in this game, man. Just really struggled in many different ways. Very much. Very much so. Completely struggled. And we did pretty good on third down. Third down percentage has been pretty decent. And turnovers, we both had our share of turnovers, so no one really gets a massive increase from that. So it's kind of a net zero for both teams, even though it does feel like we got kind of a pretty big boost from that. So Spencer Petra still has a pretty good game in spite of his 2 interceptions. Russell Faison, another 100-plus yard game from him, even though Briggs Jr. is the only running back who's going to record a touchdown for this game. And then Otto Tia and Jack Estera are the ones with touchdowns in the receiving core. Not so much going on in that department that we are typically used to, but still, nonetheless, a decent game for us. So I like to see the numbers. I like to see them all. I like to see us playing well. And let's give a shout out to Nimrod, to Elliot Nimrod, our kicker, who had a great game. We haven't seen too many great games from him, mainly because I can't kick in this game, but we did pretty well that game, so that's a good thing to see. So we advanced to 9-2 on the season, and we dropped San Diego State to 9-2 on the season. However, the big difference, of course, is we are now 5-1 in the Mountain West, and San Diego State is 4-2. So that's going to shake things up. I don't know why I didn't look at the standings before the end of this video, but we will get a look at them in the next video in our last game of the season against Colorado State. So I hope to see you all there as we are potentially playing for the Mountain West Championship game.